how's it going? The Aussie Cordia. It's been a while since my last video, so I don't know if I've told you, but I'm studying a degree, Bachelor's of Technology in Mechanical Engineering. So I've been doing that for a while now, the last probably 5 years, I think 5.5 years been doing it. So yeah, I've got about a year left on my degree. Yeah, so pretty much because it's mechanical engineering, I do a lot of making brackets and stuff, so I've got a 3D printer. I've actually got two. One's a Bamboo Lab A1, you can just see over there, and the other one's the X1 Carbon, which is inside the house. But yeah, so I mainly use those when I'm doing all my projects and stuff and doing things for work. And with those two 3D printers, I can easily use it with my munted up hands, being a C5 quadriplegic. I could do it all independently myself. With that one there, I can even load the filament in when I need to change a new roll. The A1, I got the AMS for it, material loading thing, so I just get my carers to load up the materials, and there's 4 in there, so if it does run out, it automatically changes over the filament. So with that, I can independently do it all myself, but that's you know, only just plastics and stuff. So if you ever need like something stronger made out of metal, I haven't really been able to do anything myself there. I can kind of, you know, do little stuff. Maybe takes me 10 hours to cut something with a hacksaw, and I can't drill any holes or nothing. So I've been kind of looking at wanting a CNC machine. I work at a company in Osborne Park in Perth that sells wheelchairs, and I do all like custom parts for them. So I use a CNC machine at work. So I've been doing that for the last 3 years, and now I've been looking for a little desktop one. And about a week and a half ago, on Marketplace, found one. It's the I'll show you here. This one here. It's the Carvera Air. And I've had it for about a week and a half now. And I'm able to completely use this machine all by myself. That includes loading the material in and out, taking it out, changing bits, putting everything in, setting it up, cleaning it up and everything. So today I'm cutting out a part for it to make like a tool. So pretty much it's got the 4th axis on it. So if you know anything about CNCing and that sort of thing, it's a 3-axis machine, meaning it can move the bed forward, back, and the head can go up and down. So that's your 3 axis, X, Y, and back, and then Z, up and down. And it comes with a 4th axis, which is a rotating thing. So you can create like round parts and different stuff like that. And I'm going to be doing that, you know, later on, or want to be able to do that. But the thing is, if I make a round part, then there's no way to hold it. Really, it's going to be difficult to hold it if I want to drill a hole in from the top. So what I'm planning on doing is getting a jaws for a lathe, and I'm going to be able to hold the round stock in there with the lathe jaws going vertical. So I need to make some little plate to mount that all on, which is what I'm gonna do today. It's, you know, Sunday, not doing much, so I thought I'll give it a go at making something. Yeah, so I'll run you through, just show you how to use this machine. If you're a quadriplegic and wanting to get into designing your own things and that, I mean, 3D printing's great and awesome, and it does 90% of what you want to do, but for those real technical things where you need that extra strength, a CNC machine will do it. And this little desktop one here, I mean, you can buy them from Makera for $5 grand if you're in Australia, and in America you'd be what, fucking, compared to us it's 50 cents or some stupid thing. Yeah, so I'll run you through everything and show you how I do it all, and we'll go from there. So when I'm using this machine, or I'm doing any sort of metal work in the garage here, shit gets all over my clothes, and you get like bits of aluminium, and it gets all in your pants and on your chair, and it's a pain in the ass to get rid of. So what I've gone and got is a welding apron, and what I do is I just sit this over my legs. Now any metal falls straight on here, and you can just brush it off or just hang it up and it falls off, and it doesn't get all on my clothes. So, welding apron, eBay, Amazon, not expensive. So I've already put the stock in. I'll put that in before I was actually going to take the video, but I'll show you when I take it out. I'll show you. It's pretty much the exact same way I put it in. I use this little tool here. This is just an Amazon kit, little tool kit. I'll put a link to it in the video if you're interested. But as a quad, that's easy to use. It comes with all different Allen key attachments and screwdriver stuff. But the way to put them in, well, they're actually not tight, so that's good. Like I'll put it in and tighten it up until it's at a point where it's kind of tight. And being a quad, you can't really tell how much tension is in something with your hands because you've got no feeling and it's all shit. So the way I'll do it is use this hand here to push on the back of it, and then I'll have this side here and I'll put it on my lip, so when it pushes on, and I'll push it with my face, and the back just hand holds it steady, so you push with your face like that, and you can feel the pressure of this pushing on your lip, on your teeth, and you can judge how tight something is because it starts to not hurt, but you can feel the pressure. Yep, that's tight enough, that one. So you just put it on there and lean forward. There's no bit in the machine either, so it's not going to chop my face in half. That was loose. Yep. And then pretty much the whole thing's controlled. You can control it from an iPad. So I do my jobs on the computer, put them in Fusion 360, set up the toolpath and everything, and then from the computer you log into the software and you upload it to the machine, and then I just close it out of the computer and then use an iPad. So to change the tools on this one, you pull down this lever. It's a bit hard to do sometimes, and then no, didn't get it. The automatic, they've got, oh you bugger. They've got one with an automatic tool changer, and it'll be so much easier than this one. But you know, this one was the one that was on Marketplace. There was one with the automatic tool changing thing, but I didn't get it in time. Somebody else bought it. So just got to get your fingers around it properly enough to kind of, there you go, I got it, that's low enough now, and that'll stay there. And then this here's the touch probe, which senses your height of your stock and everything and gives you an outline of where everything is. This one's on a little bungee cord, or a little like plug-in cord, so you can't drop it, but I'll kind of wrap it between my fingers and put my head down lower. I can see to get it in there. Ooh, got it. Ah, yeah, dog. See this? They do have a machine that's got auto tool changing, which would make all this stuff a lot easier. But yeah, brand new. It's like 10 grand. Okay. All right. Alright, that's in. Okay. And then just shut that handle. Now I've got to go get my laptop. So it's now going to look at the plate and scan where everything's going to go. I've got it, my bit's only going to be 110 by 110, and I've got a 5mm stock offset as well, so I know that as long as this laser is in, I'm going to be 5mm in from the laser on each side anyway. Yeah. And here it's going along and sensing the Z height for each point along it. I've said 5 points along and 5 points up all the way. So if there's any like bows in the material or whatever, it'll take it out or compensate for it, whatever. Do calculations and stuff. Yeah, so I got this one second hand. But if I had $10,000 spare, I'd buy the one with the automatic tool changing. Because even just getting the bits out of the containers here, like I'll show you when I need to, but to get that out of the container, I ain't using my hands for it. So usually when you cut aluminium, you'd set up like an air compressor to blow air out, blow air on the spindle and that. I haven't got a compressor hooked up to this yet, so to clear the chips, I'm just turning a vacuum cleaner on and off every so often. It's not the best thing to do, but it's better than just leaving chips there to make a mess and, you know, get in the way of the cutting and everything. So I'll do that. That needs an X tool, but I'm just going to leave it for the moment while I get the vacuum cleaner sorted. They also sell an automatic vacuum cleaner that you can leave hooked up to the machine, and you can turn it on and off with a code or by the iPad or your controller. I'm going to put this bit in now. So when you're doing this, be careful because these bits are freaking sharp. They're really, really sharp. One of my support workers once was cleaning the machine, and all he did was brushing back, and he pulled his hand back, and his thumb hit the cutting tool, and it ripped the big thing out of his thumb. So, next part, be careful when you're doing that. Got to take this bit out first. So just bite the cap and just separate that part from there. And then, oh, sometimes that's lucky. That time it fell out. The bit fell out of that time, so that's fine. But you got to get it in your hand, good. So what I will do every time is just grab the end that's not the cutting bit, put it out like that, and just carefully grab the cutting side between my thumb and my pointer. Very carefully though, because she'll cut you without you even knowing. Right, just like that. Hold it very lightly. Just put it in there, and all you do is with one finger put a bit of pressure towards you on it, and then you push that handle up and it's locked in. Done. Now I'll put the vacuum shoe on, which is here. being a quad, everything, you use your mouth for everything, and you have different ways of doing it. An able-bodied person or someone with fancy hands would clip it onto there first, but I put it onto here. Watch out for that bit, because she'll bite ya. Put that on there, and then grab the hose in your little monkey hands and just lightly push it on like that. Nope, didn't let go. Try again. That's on. Okay. Now, to lower it down, hold up there by gravity, pull down on it a bit, and then lift a little. You've got to get them evenly, so lift them like that, sit on my head, make sure that one's out all the way, and that one, and then lower it down. And then from there, all you have to do is click OK with the computer. So. So while the machine's cutting, I'm just sitting there and switching the vacuum on and off every now and then just to clear the chips, and just watching to make sure nothing goes wrong. So far while I've had it, I've had no problems with any toolpath errors or anything. Just cuts nicely and let it go. So the whole cut probably took about half an hour. Drilling the holes in the little pockets was quite quick. Just cutting out the contour took a while because it was pretty big, but yeah, straightforward and able to do it easy. This here's the finishing pass. You can see those bigger chips, how they're like long compared to the little tiny glitter looking ones that you can see all around the bed, and it ended up working quite well. There was only a few small spots where you can see the chips on the side vibrate, like right now, and that would have been probably because there weren't enough tabs to hold the material. I only had 8 tabs on this stock. I should have put another 4 in if I was going to do a finishing pass again on such a big piece, but right now you can see it really vibrating, and that just put a few little marks in the material, but I mean nothing too much to worry about for what I'm going to use it for. But it all worked out pretty well and I was pretty happy with it. So yeah. So when I take the tool out, I'll put a rag underneath to catch it, because it's not magnetically held in there or anything, it'll just drop.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
So pretty much now the bits just held on by a tab. For work parts where I'm not doing a finishing pass, I don't usually do 4 tabs because I was trying climb milling finishing pass. I put in 8 tabs, so this is going to take me quite a while to cut out. But I'll cut it all out first and then file it all down. Usually for work parts I just clamp it on like a bit of scrap, but for this one here I'm getting rid of 0.5 mil off each side, so any dents the vice puts in it are going to be taken out. This part here I'm just cutting all the tabs out. Usually when I'm at work I'll get a support worker to cut these and then file it down for us, because as you can see it takes quite a while for me to do it. But I mean, I don't mind doing it at home on my own. It's actually quite therapeutic, sitting in the garage doing a bit of work and doing stuff yourself. Doesn't bother me that it takes probably half an hour to cut all these things out when a support worker could do it within 5 minutes. First started doing this, I'm holding it by the handle with one hand and the other hand's actually holding the end of the file, and it didn't end up cutting into my hand. But now I've done it quite a few times, my hand's a bit stronger in the middle of the palm and it doesn't cut us anymore. But once again, you can just get your support worker to do this bit. It takes them hardly any time. For me it takes quite a while, but once again it doesn't bother me. And then just after that, vacuuming up all the chips and we're done. Final piece of part 1. I think I'll maybe just do a video and show you the whole process of me making this part. Yeah, so just to cut out the size of it and the 3 mounting holes so I can line it up in an anchor point and get an origin. The next part I'll do is a facing part, and I'll take 0.5 mil off this side and 0.5 mil off the back side, and then after that I will take 1 mil of material out from this top side here, and then I have to wait for the actual chuck to get here so I can get the placement of the 3 mounting holes to go on the bottom. So that'll be video number 3, which will be probably finishing it off. And yeah, so you know, I hope this video has sort of showed you that being a quad you can actually do a lot. So I'm 13 years now I've been in a wheelchair, and at the start I didn't think I'd be studying engineering and using a CNC machine by myself and doing all that. Yeah, but make sure one thing, you can get your hands back anything, even if it's just, you know, picking something up. Like you saw when I was pulling all those little nuts and bolts out, it's just a tiny little bit. That's all you need. That, if you can strengthen that up, you can then use it for bigger things. Like, anyway, cheers for watching. It's been a while, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Let's go on, boys.